Good morning, sophomores. I just wanted to get on here and talk about the next steps for our argumentative research paper. For the most part, as I was looking through your annotated bibliographies, you guys did really well. You got those works cited entries done correctly, and you have your paragraphs written fairly decently. So I was happy with your the work that you guys put in there, and I will be grading those and going through them, leaving comments if you guys need to make any changes or anything like that. But for the most part, you guys did really well with that. So since you have your sources now, you should have at least 3 sources. If you need more than 3 sources, feel free to keep looking for sources, okay? The one thing that I want to point out to you guys though is if you are using sources that are not on EBSCOhost, I want you to make sure that you are filling out one of those source evaluation sheets for each source that you are using outside of EBSCOhost, okay? Obviously, I don't want you to have like 10 sources because that would just be too many. But if you have to have 5 sources, that's completely fine, okay? What I'm going to give you guys today is a note-taking graphic organizer. If you were in my class last year, you worked off of something similar to this. It's not exactly this, but it is similar to this. So you'll have kind of some grasp of what I'm looking for here. But you guys, the point of it is to simplify the writing process for you and to help you be able to format your thoughts and to take the information that you looked at on your sources and the notes that you took on your sources when you're annotating them, and to put them into a logical, meaningful format that will help you then to write your paper, okay? We're gonna go back to that concept of the triangular formatted paragraph. If you guys remember, you should have that in your notes still, right? Where we have at the top a topic sentence, then we have introducing your quote or your example, introduce quote. Then you'll have the quote or example itself. And then you will have the analysis or the explanation, right? Explanation. Okay, so this is what that looks like, remember? We have topic, we have introducing the quote, we have the quote itself, and then we have the explanation or analysis of that quote. Again, you guys should have that in your notes. We have been using it all year. You should feel pretty confident with that, okay? The way that I've broken up your sections of your paper puts your thoughts into that format. So I just wanted to point out that that's what we're working off of here, okay? Still the same format, still working with everything that we have. Okay, the first thing that I want you guys to do, this is the sheet that you guys are going to be working on, okay? I'm going to put it into an assignment on Google Drive or in your Google Classroom so that you can easily access it. You'll have your name. Then I want you to write your topic, okay? If that's deforestation, you're going to write deforestation here. Then you're going to go to what is your stance? What do you want to prove in this paper? Because this is an argumentative paper, right? So what is your stance and what are you going to prove? What are you trying to bring the reader, how are you trying to bring them over to your way of thinking, okay? And then your 3 reasons. How are you going to what 3 ways are you going to use to bring them over to your way of thinking? So that brings us back to, let's just use a silly example. Peanut butter and jelly is the absolute best sandwich ever, okay? Peanut butter and jelly is my topic. Stance, I'm proving that peanut butter and jelly is the best sandwich ever. My 3 reasons, the peanut butter and jelly together form a magical combination. 2, it is the ultimate comfort food. 3, I don't know, I would come up with something else, okay? So those would be my 3 reasons. Obviously, you guys have a more serious topic, so you're gonna have to look at your research and figure out what are the 3 main reasons that people would believe your side, okay? Then you're gonna use that research to prove your point. Okay, then down here you have your stance statement. This is your thesis statement, okay? With an argument, it is stating your stance, stating what you are going to prove. Okay, so it's taking this and putting it into a 1-sentence statement. Okay, I should not see a question anywhere in your first paragraph. Okay, so you will have that stance statement where you are laying out peanut butter and jelly is the absolute best sandwich in the world because of its magical consistency and what else did I say? It's the ultimate comfort food and it's made with love. Okay, whatever those are, that'll strengthen your thesis statement or your stance statement as well. Okay, so I want you guys to fill this part out right away. Okay, you should have the majority of this already thought through. It's just putting it into words and putting it into a format where you can refer back to it and use it more effectively. Then down here, this is looking at your sources. You already have this information, okay? You did it because you have the works, the annotated bibliography. Here you have a type of entry. So you would either say a website, a journal. If you're using EBSCOhost, you would probably say journal. Okay, then you have the works cited entry itself, which is what you have at the top of each one of your annotation paragraphs and you're in your annotated bibliography. And then you over here are going to say, what is your in-text citation for this? Okay, this is where I'm going to come back to this. Remember, if you have an author, it's the author's last name in parentheses with a period at the end. If you do not have an author, it is whatever your first piece of information on that works cited entry is. Okay, so maybe the web page title, which would be the first piece of information if you don't have an author, would be your parentheses, quotation marks around it, and you would have that title, deforestation. Okay, make sure the period is at the end. Period always goes after your in-text citation. Okay. Okay, so you're going to do that for all of your sources. I gave you guys 4 boxes here. If you need more than that, you'll just copy the box or insert a box below, okay? Then we get to the actual paper format, okay? The way that this works, each one of these boxes is a paragraph, okay? I have it broken down. You have the introductory paragraph, which I want you guys to leave alone for right now. I don't want you to mess with it. I don't want you to try to fill it out at this moment because sometimes trying to do your introductory paragraph at the beginning is a little bit difficult. I want you guys to focus on your reasons, okay? What are you going to use to prove your point? That will be these 3 reasons up here will be turning into paragraphs down here. Okay, so basically what you're going to do, I'm going to go to the second page because it's more all in one page. Okay, so you'll have reason 1 or reason 2. You'll put whatever that reason, you'll write it out right there, type it out. And it says the expectations for an effective and cohesive paragraph are here. If you need more than 1 paragraph in this section, so maybe that reason needs more than 1 paragraph, you would copy this whole box down below and just do the whole paragraph again, okay? Just do another paragraph on that. So again, you're going to start with your topic sentence. That brings us back to that triangle format. Start with a topic sentence. Why, what reason, kind of laying out what is the reason that we're talking about here, maybe adding a transition. Then you're going to have the setup for the quote or example. With each box, I have kind of some questions or something to kind of guide you or make you think about what should be in this box. Okay, so this is the setup for the quote or the example. Okay, what context, what background information do you have to get to understand the quote or the example that you're putting here? Okay, so then we have the concrete example. It could be a quote, it could be an observation, comparison, expert testimony, could be a summary or paraphrase from one of your sources. Okay, you are only allowed to have 4 direct quotes in this paper. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You can only have 4 direct quotes in this paper. Okay, so with that being said, the rest of the information on here should be either summary, paraphrased, or your own analysis of the information. Okay, that means you're putting stuff into your own words. You're doing it effectively, not just changing a couple of words, but you're really going through and making sure that you're putting it into your own words. Okay. That being said, also, when you put something in here, whether it's a direct quote, a summary, or a paraphrase, you need to make sure you're putting your in-text citation. You have that information. It is in this box over here, right? It's right there. Whatever this piece of information is here, you're putting your in-text citation onto this format so that you have it to refer to. okay? And it's easy then to just drop it into your actual paper when we get to the point where we're turning this into a paper, okay? So then my final box here is the explanation. This is kind of the meat and potatoes, okay? This is where we are analyzing and explaining that quote up there, okay? So we have our quote or example. Now we're going to explain it and analyze it and show the reader. You need to carry the reader through this, right? You need to show them how this example is proof of whatever your stance is. Okay, so it's all tying back up to your stance statement, to that thesis. If it's not working to prove your point, if it's not working to prove that stance, then you shouldn't be having it in your paper. Okay, so here, the other thing I want to point out here, you guys, yes, this needs to be in your own words, but there are some things here that maybe you're like, oh, this one part of this source does a really good job of explaining it, and you want to summarize or paraphrase. That's fine, you can put that here, but make sure you are doing your in-text citation for it. Anytime you are using any information from your source, from whatever source, you need to give credit where it's due, whether it's in your own words or whether it's a summary or paraphrase, okay? So keep that in mind as you're doing this. I want in-text citations on this sheet. If there's not in-text citations, I'm gonna make you go back and do it right away before we even get to the paper portion of it, okay? So what I want you guys to do, you have this, I'm putting this into your Google. There's a section down at the bottom for conclusion. We're leaving that alone as well right now. We are focusing solely on the 3 main reasons right now. We'll talk counter argument next week, but I want you guys to focus on the 3 main reasons right now. Okay, so you're going to fill out the front page, which is just giving that that basic information, right? And then you're going to do reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. The boxes that go with that, the paragraph, if you need more than 1 paragraph, remember you just copy and paste down and do another paragraph in that triangle format in these boxes. Okay, make sure you're doing in-text citations on everything. All of that is going to be due on Tuesday of next week, just the 3 sections of this. Please do not do the introduction, the counter argument, or the conclusion, okay? If you have any questions, I'm going to put a question box on Google Classroom for you guys to ask any questions that you have, okay? I am also going to be looking at your stuff, so make sure, I'm going to see if I can just make a copy of each one of these in that assignment, for you guys to work off of. If not, though, I want you guys to make sure that you attach it to that assignment so that I can be looking at it, because I'll look at it and I might make contact with one of you guys and say, hey, let's work on this part right here, or hey, this needs a little bit of this. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. I'm going to make it Wednesday, actually. Let's make it Wednesday so you're not overloaded trying to get stuff done, feeling like it's too much for Tuesday, okay? Because you do have the 3 reasons that I want you to be working on right now. They will be due on Wednesday. Just the boxes. I'm not asking you to put it into paper format. Please just do that, okay? Again, you guys, I hope you had an awesome Easter weekend. I hope that you are doing well. If you need anything or if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You have my phone number on there. You can certainly give me a call or text, or set up a time to talk with me over the phone if you are feeling overwhelmed or not quite understanding what we're doing. So please make sure you're contacting me. I hope you guys are doing awesome. I miss you all like crazy. I wish I could see your beautiful shining smiley faces. Have a good day.